This is an amazing architectural space, Rex. I absolutely love the volume.
Yeah.
The architects have nailed this, the connection from inside to outside, the natural light. Talk us through how you actually worked the design of the library in with the architecture of the space.
I pretty much worked with the architect on this. It's not completely my doing, to be fair. We both knew what we wanted to try to achieve. The veneer looks lovely, complements the space. The panels break it up so that you've got something of an architectural feature along the wall. It's just beautiful. I'm very happy with it.
I reckon I can give you 0.3 of a point for this one. And I know this house has an amazing walk-in robe. I'd love to see that.
Yep.
See if you can get the rest of that point, Rex. This master suite is amazing, Rex. I love the flow from the main bedroom through to the ensuite and how it's coming through to this robe. It's got some grandeur about it, doesn't it? Walking into this space, you've reflected that with the tiles, you've got the volume in the ceiling, you've got the old fireplace. Now you've played on that with the robe. Tell us about the robe.
The robe has to cater for a very busy businessman and his wife, who's also a professional lady. One of the things we did do in this room is put a lot of roll-out drawers in it to take care of smalls, socks, God knows what. But the other thing we did, because of the height of the room, we put glass doors at the top as to try to soften the height, so you don't feel like you're down the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
You're almost there with your next point, but I want to go back to the showroom and I want you to talk me through your design methodology, how you work with the client to see if you can get that third point. So you've got hanging space, you've got shelving, you've got drawers.
Yep.
Is there any other new tech in wardrobes at the moment that's a bit special, a little bit different? Like your fancy Blum drawers that look like something out of Star Wars. Is there anything like that in wardrobes?
There are two very specific things, yes. One is a fitting which is called a pull down, and we use them a lot when you've got a ceiling that's above maybe 2.5 metres or 8.5 feet. That means you can double up the hanging space. And given most robes are smallish, very few people have the luxury of huge amounts of space, it means you can dramatically increase their hanging area, and that's really good. The other great feature that's come along in recent years is slide-out shoe racks, where you can have two pairs of shoes, one behind the other, within about that much depth, 60 centimetres up to 90 centimetres wide. You can put a lot of shoes at the bottom of the wardrobe, but make them very accessible.
Now, I noticed the detail in the library down at Camberwell. That was really beautifully done. The open storage, but then you also had these blank panels. Now, you always ram on to me about being practical. You've got this space that you're just not using. Talk me through that.
The client wanted a very big, long robe, but it is so long for a private home, we actually had the luxury of being able to introduce some decorative elements as well. So in between each bay of where the books and the like go, we've got a panel about that wide. We're able to put a lovely Art Deco light up on the wall in between each bay, which one almost makes it feel a bit like a public library. There's lovely, warm, soft lighting, but at the same time enhances the space.
Next week, I'm going to leave it up to you as to what we have a look at. We've had a look at kitchen design, we've had a look at kitchen finishes, we've had a look at storage. I'm sure there's plenty of other cool stuff that you do. I'm going to handball that one to you.
You won't win, I'll win. I've got a property and a space that I'm going to show you, which will knock your socks off. Pretty special.
Catch, Rex.